All right, the final stage, stage 5 of Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2020. All right, so here we go. The final 5 goals to complete to win another 2020 season Formula One car plus the tuning setup. Right, that we've already invested quite a bit of motorsport dollars on. And to start off this final stage, we're going to be starting out with a single lap goal where we gotta finish at least 7th while managing the tires. So I think really the only place to watch out for is the very first corner that you come in, because you cannot be overtaken. So once you clear that, there's a little bit of a room like there. I just kind of skidded a bit off track in that second to last corner, but I made enough of a separation to allow me to still stay in this challenge. So we're essentially starting in P10. We need to climb up to P7, and considering the difficulty of majority of these goals, I should be able to do better than just P7. But we'll see. So tires now up to 100%. So yeah, it warms up pretty quickly. So, and as I was explaining in previous stage video, how degrading grip versus increasing grip at the same number, the way the car handles is very different. So something to kind of keep in mind. And yeah, so we're at P7 already. And as we take over Sebastian, we are up to P6. And it looks like there's a bit more that we can do. Oh no, I guess I overtook Leclerc. My bad. Now Sebastian, there we go. P5, and then we got Alex Albon for P4. And if I didn't, I guess, skid off in that very early part of this goal, I might have had enough in me to overtake Verstappen as well. But well, in this case, it was not meant to be. But that's a-okay, because P4 is sufficient and for this goal completion, of course. And you know, in terms of filling up today's earnings cap, we're going to be landing at about the same place anyway. So I mentioned at the beginning, the very first stage of this challenge, of this event, I mentioned how you can go through just about every goal in this event in one sitting. Kind of take advantage of that 3-hour instant service and instant R&D on the upgrades, or tuning in this case, offer. And you will, if you do the whole, all 5 stages in one sitting within 3 hours, and you don't have the overlapping to the next day 250,000 motorsport dollar cap opening up in the middle of your event, then yeah, then you will you'll have some access that just gets wasted. So for my run in creating this video, I did actually stop after the 3rd goal of this final stage, because that's where I maxed out the 250,000 motorsport dollar cap. And just to complete the final 2, I know I don't need to service the car, because that's only 3 laps. And these cars, you know, if you raced any of these Formula One cars on these tracks, you know their service bars don't go down as quickly as the cars featured in the rest of the game. So yeah, so that's kind of cool. Don't mind that. In fact, after you race Formula One content in the game for a while, you have to be careful of how quickly your service bars go down in the rest of the game. Like, say, like your normal Grand Prix length circuit, if you do your typical 3 laps in most cars, and well, basically non-Formula 1 cars in the game, the chances are your car's service bars are going to be all gone. Unless your car is fully upgraded, then fine, you will have extra bars, of course, available. But typically, it'll wear out all your service bars, which means either you service it or you run it in critical condition, right? But the 3 laps with the Formula 1 car, hardly any. I mean, they take out very small number of service bars. So that's kind of nice. I do appreciate that. So anyway, for goal 2 here, we've got to finish at least 5th place, which we have done so already, and we got another lap to go. So pretty sloppy driving. Whoa! Yeah, that's what you get for being so sloppy. Get punished. So now I'm in P6, so the race is on. So I gotta actually overtake Sebastian once again to complete this goal. But yeah, not terribly difficult challenge still. I mean, and as I mentioned, you know, if you finish better than P5, your payout would be better. But at this point, my goal, you know, it's essentially a moot point for me because I know how far I'm planning on going in this session, and then I know when I'm gonna be capped off in terms of my motorsport dollars earning. I suppose if you consider the driver XP, maybe it will be more beneficial to finish with a higher rank, because obviously that is determined by your standing as well as the distance that you travel. But yeah, P5 finish is fine. Skidding all over. So not the cleanest race, but that's a-okay. Perhaps the racing fatigue starts to kick in, or gaming fatigue. So yeah, a little less payout, 14,000. But we still have a few more left, about 3,000, right? I think I'm up at like 247,000. So the next goal is just a single lapper, so I know it doesn't pay out as much. So, you know, that would be sufficient, which will leave me with 2 final goals to complete when I have a fresh set of 250,000 motorsport dollar cap opened up. So there we go. The goal 3 of the final stage is gonna be finish in at least 5th place and draft while managing fuel. So one of those. And we're starting in P7, so a couple of cars to overtake. And looks like it's going to be Ferrari guys. So Charles will easily overtake early on. And anytime they tell you about fuel management, that just means you have to coast a bit instead of going, you know, hard acceleration, hard stop. You know, you gotta kind of plan things out a little bit and coast. And there we go. Now we'll try to get some drafting distance filled up. There we go. Pretty quick. That's the best sector to do it if you can catch one of the opponents like I did here. And there you go. Once we overtake Sebastian, we are in P5. And we do have to manage the fuel. I think I got plenty left in the tank for the remainder of the lap here. But when you see an opponent up ahead, you know what I'm thinking. You get greedy. But it's obviously not going to be necessary at all. But how can you resist? You know? Should I do it? Do it, do it. Oh, that's close. In the very final moment. Kind of teetering back and forth and decided to overtake. All right. 7,800. About half of it is going to go towards today's goal, and not even half. The rest are just wasted, which is not too bad. 5,000 I can live with. Not that, you know, there is an option. You have to live with it, right? So that'll do it for today's session. So, I will be picking it up once the 250,000 motorsport cap has been reset. Like right now. So, all right. With a fresh set of racing motorsport dollars to earn, here we go. The two final goals to complete for the event. Starting with the Penn Ultimate Challenge. It's a 2-lap race here, where we gotta finish at least third and have to finish under 2 minutes 57 seconds. And the timer, of course, will start once we cross that finish line. Alright, so pretty much starting in P4, so we only need to overtake one more opponent. But as always, with these goals, I think more pressing goal for most of you guys are going to be the time. I don't see with the 2 laps anybody necessarily struggling to overtake P3. But when they say 2:57, so you know you got to finish a lap definitely under minute 30, and of course these 2 final goals have very high PR requirement, so you know that's where the gold went. You know what I mean? So your car should be pretty well equipped to be able to complete these 2 laps under the 2 minutes 57 seconds limit they put on. So P3 accomplished within the first lap, and now looks like we can go for P2 as we have acquired the next target, Valtteri Bottas, up ahead as we start the final lap here. Alright, and let's see. We should be able to overtake. Didn't quite get around. Alright, we'll just draft and build up some speed. Maybe this will decrease the gap to the leader, most likely Lewis Hamilton at this point. Yep, there we go. And we also have acquired the next target of the leader of the pack. And as we head into the final sector, the slower, more technical sector of the circuit, generally these bots overcompensate, so we should be able to catch up, I think. Because this final bit is pretty decent length. And we're catching up, and oh yeah, we will finish in P1, thank you very much. And also with about 4 seconds to spare. All right, and this one, oddly enough, shows you the total race time instead of the 2 laps that you ran. So, you know, but I did see the timer, the 2-minute 57-second timer at the, you know, bottom of the screen before I crossed the finish line. So, pretty comfortable win. All right, and finishing first, of course, is nice with that 21,000 payout, as we have a fresh set of 250,000 motorsports dollars to fulfill for the day. All right, and the final goal is really more or less just a victory lap, just a single lap, and you just have to win. There are no other conditions. So if you really want to toy with the leader at the beginning, we're starting in P3, but you know, P3 again, right? So we just have to, in my case, I just have to overtake the 2 Mercedes guys. They're not too far apart from one another. So easy overtake pretty early on. I'll try to keep it clean, right? I think I did keep it relatively clean. And then we'll make the hairpin into the longest straight here at Yas Marina. But I mean, once you've secured a lead position in more or less a victory lap, you know, you can relax a bit. Don't have to overdrive as hard, right? So for this single lap P1 finish, that will add another 10 grand or so to the towards today's 250,000 motorsport dollar limit. So a little bit more efficient use of my time, I suppose. At least dealing with this game content here as we approach the final 2 corners before the checkered flag and the final, and there we go. We'll try to finish in style, maybe not really. All right, minute 33 and change for the final lap or final goal. Pick up a few more fame points and driver XP, and another 10,000 and change here. All right, so there we go. So overall, cost wise, how much did it end up costing me? Let's let me check my spreadsheet here. The overall upgrade cost, tuning wise, did cost me 3,361,000 motorsport dollars, and I went with driver level up to level 3, so 2 level ups, which costed me total of 72 gold. But you know, you do get 50 of the gold back, as you can see, 20, the final 20 there. So technically I spent more like 22 gold, right? So that's not too bad. And for the next 2020 season car, the car number 6, I think Racing Point is gonna be the choice in my case here. So that's fine. Could have gone with Renault, but yeah, hot pink. What a bold color. All right, let's admire that beauty for a little bit. So the car you win if you complete within the 5-day time of you starting the event. If you don't, then you will only get, you can still run and complete, and you will still win the tuning setup, but you won't get a free car. So that is the difference. So considering that these cars are not cheap, they're like $2.5 million motorsport dollar cars. So, I mean, it's not impossible to pick them up, but, that's the time that you could have spent on doing other things. Anyway, that will do it for this event, Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And the next Grand Prix event, which is going to be the Catalunya Spanish Grand Prix, as of making this video, some 17 days left. So, alright, so 6 down, 3 more to go for this season. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Alright, take care, guys.